morning.
Good morning.
Renae threw it together. You look cute, though.
Thank you.
And your little white and red
Thank
stripes
you,
here.
Thank you.
Little rental. Little I do what I want.
No, this is a Old Navy clearance rack.
Oh, there you go. Good morning, Rick.
Morning.
We can't do it without you, buddy. We had such a good time catching up with you yesterday. We had half a podcast while Renae was getting ready, me and you.
Oh, hush. That's not true. Not just right now. We were talking about something. I was doing cameras. I didn't want to wipe the cards until we got the official,
Dude.
Yes, everything is okay.
It's just so different. And I would assume some other people have this situation like Rick, but not a lot of people have a situation where in the summer, we're all home. Like when we're home, all of us are home and we work from home. So, you know,
Rick hears our children screaming
Like,
in the background.
she's cheating. She's cheating. And I'm like, she's 4, dude. She's 4. Like, and then I hear Renae, have patience with your sister. But she's not having patience.
No.
Like she's yelling. And then it's just,
This morning, can we just start fresh? Didn't we all just have a good night's sleep?
like, you know, we decided to do a little, we do what's called like a little, every once in a while we'll do like a slumber party where we all sleep in our room, you know, and I make a little bed for Garrett on the floor, and then Delilah sleeps with us, and we all watch movies together, and kind of like a family, kind of close-knit kind of thing that we
All
try
in
to
the
do.
same room and crash out.
All in the same room, and we all sleep together. And last night it was like, well, because yesterday was just a shit show, and then we're like, okay, we need a little family time. Let's just all be together. So then Renae this morning, we all slept in. We all slept in. Can we have patience with each other? Like it was. And then I was telling Rick about yesterday, like, you know, going to go eat, and then she's touching me. He's touching me. Like I'm like, oh my god, that like
She
that
spilled
is.
ice cream on me, and she spilled Sprite on my rug, and she crushed a muffin on my top bunk bed.
And then Garrett in the pool yesterday, like tried to jump out of the pool backwards, hit his head on the side, so then he's crying. I'm like, fucking chaos.
It's summer. It's a normal summer
It's like
day.
pure
with
fucking
little
chaos.
kids.
Like,
But no, I know parents that say like they specifically plan like different camps or activities for each of the children, like different weeks, just so they get time apart from each other. Because they say in the summer it's just like too much time. Just like sometimes it's too much time together.
well, but you know, Rick, you have 3, so for us, it's a competition between 2, which makes it tough because, you know,
Yeah.
Garrett's over there. Delilah gets everything, and you guys treat Delilah different, and then
Delilah's always like, he always has a friend.
and he always gets to do cool stuff, and I don't get to do cool stuff. And why does Garrett get to do that? Well, because he's 10, because he's almost 10. Well, I want to do that. Well, you can't because you're freaking 4.5.
Yeah.
Right. So we're dealing. Do you deal with that, Rick, with the siblings kind of being jealous of each other?
No, they're old enough now that, like, you know, I have 12, 14, and 16. So they realize, like, you know, when you're 16, you get certain things.
Well, and they probably all want to be nice to the 16-year-old because then he drives them around.
Dude, you want to hear something crazy? My kid doesn't want to drive.
None of
He
them
doesn't
do.
have a license yet.
We keep hearing that.
kids don't
that
wanna drive?
They could care less about getting their license. It's not like us that we're counting down the day till we could go and
Because
get
they're used to
our
having
permit and our
chauffeurs.
license.
They're used to having chauffeurs.
And that they'd rather just Uber around if they really want to get somewhere.
It's crazy. I mean, it's. I could not wait to get my driver's license.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, luckily I grew up in Gregory and Portland. I was already driving around town at 15. So
I wasn't,
know.
but I was always the youngest in my class. So
Yeah.
all my friends had
I wanted a driver's license. But then you realize really quickly that you don't, because then your parents are like, go to the store and get this. And at first you're like, hell yeah. And then after a while you're like, again, like, I don't want to go.
Well, and now you can't even really drive your friends around. You can only drive your siblings around. That wasn't a law when we were younger.
What?
You didn't know this? Rick, you know the law because you have a 16-year-old, right? Once you get that first year of your license, what is it? You can only drive around your siblings?
That's correct.
Yes, you're not allowed to have other kids in the car with you.
What?
You will get
Yeah.
a ticket. Will they suspend you? I think if you get caught, your license gets suspended.
Is that just in Texas or is that everywhere?
That I don't
Let
know.
me look that up.
That I don't know. But it's a new law since we were younger. So like when Garrett is 16, the only person he can drive around
Is Delilah.
is Delilah. He can't have anyone else in the car. I mean, I'm sure there are like
But
special
what if
exceptions.
what if his friends identify as siblings? Just wondering. Just throwing it out there.
I don't know.
What if they identify
I don't know.
as siblings? I look. I had the most fun in the summers. I mean, it was rowdy. Because, I mean, for us, we had to stay home alone.
Because you had an older sister.
We had an older, well.
So technically she was your.
But even when we didn't have the older sister, I mean, it was like, hey, I'm going to work. Your mom's going to work. We'll be back.
Yeah.
You know where the freaking bologna is, right? You know where and then my dad was like, I don't want anybody in the house, right? And it was sandlot football all freaking summer.
Yeah.
We would wear out the field next to me. That was like the only big patch of grass amongst, the farmland.
That was open that you could play in?
Yeah, and the church owned it, right?
So they would mow it?
Well, we didn't have to mow it. I mean,
No,
in the summertime,
y'all used it that much?
we would wear it down to dirt. We would literally wear it down to dirt and just play all day, all the time, drink out of the water hose, run around town, ride our bikes, hang out, go to a friend's house. I mean,
my mom had a beauty shop, so I would go to work with her. Like, she would take me with her. And then my grandpa lived 2 houses down from us. So I was either at his house or, grandma or grandpa would come walk over to our house.
But summer in Detroit, I would imagine you guys would go nuts because you guys were trapped in the house. And winter y'all have freaking winter 9 months out of the year.
Yeah, we have lakes everywhere, so our parents would just go, hey, go to the lake.
That's right.
And you just go, like, don't die.
Yeah, try not to die.
Yeah, try not to die. Dude, and how sad is this? The actor from the Cosby Show died.
Which actor?
What's his name? Malcolm.
Jamal Warner.
Oh.
Jamal Warner on vacation, went for a swim, didn't come back. And then 2 days later, Ozzy Osbourne. So they always come in threes, Rick. Who's next?
He went for a swim and didn't come back?
Yeah, he drowned.
Wow, that's so sad.
Some current got him and took him out.
Whoa.
I'll be honest with you, man. I loved the Cosby Show. Loved it.
Yeah.
You were a little younger, so you.
No, but I still remember watching it. I think I really remember the TGIF days. Those were like my TV days, the TGIF.
But we're
days.
talking about this guy.
I know.
Okay, so, but how sad is that to be on vacation with your family, decide to take a swim and
That's super sad.
God, sad. And then Ozzy, dude, how crazy is it that literally just days ago he sang an entire concert.
They're saying they kind of knew that was going to be his last concert. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, I mean, look, that's why, and I mean this by no offense, and God bless her, but, Dolly Parton's playing in Vegas. Tickets are $4,000 a ticket because people are thinking this might be the last time.
People are reselling the tickets like crazy.
But this might be the last time I get to see Dolly.
Yeah.
Right? I always regret, you begged and begged and begged to go see Tom Petty.
Yes.
And he ended up dying.
Yeah.
So Tom Petty would have been one of those that I would have
like to do together.
Yeah. And as for Ozzy to me is just one of those Americana pop culture. It's Ozzy.
Or they call him the Prince of Darkness.
It's Ozzy, right? I mean, it's the Osbournes, Ozzy. I mean, it's just
I think I really only know Ozzy because of I only know him because I know of Ozfest, but that wasn't the kind of music I listened to. But the Osbournes, his reality show, I think is what made them known to everybody.
I was never a metal guy.
Yeah,
I like Metallica. I like Guns N' Roses, of course, and I like listening to them. But it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my I only listen to metal.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like songs where I can actually hear the lyrics.
I never understood what he was saying. That's why I thought it was so funny on the reality show. They would put subtitles sometimes.
But then he sings and he sings perfect, and you can understand what he's saying when he sings. But were you a metal guy, Rick?
Not at all. Though every time I hear like a Ozzy song, I'm like, well, that's a pretty good song.
Yeah, Crazy Train or but you hear the earlier like Black Sabbath stuff, and you're just like, wow, okay.
Did he have Parkinson's?
So he raised, from what I understand, and I'm probably going to botch it all, but that last concert was to raise money for Parkinson's.
Okay. So he never came out and said he had Parkinson's?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
he did.
Okay.
And he totally ended up raising about $160 million to go to Parkinson's.
Wow.
But at the same time, huge abuser of drugs and alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Admittedly, yeah. I mean, so, we don't know I don't know what causes Parkinson's, but I would say, hey, Ozzy, like, the way you lived your life to make it to 76, that's pretty good.
He was 76.
He was 76.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good life.
Yeah.
Especially for somebody that I would guarantee you in his 20s, you would look at that dude and go, no fucking way this guy's making it.
Yeah.
Right? No way he's passing whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rick, I was never a metal guy. I enjoy it. I enjoyed listening to, at the right time, in the football locker room when
it's got to be a mood. It's a vibe. It's definitely
when we're working
a vibe.
out and, Metallica's in the background and Pantera and, we're jamming out and I love Pantera and I love those guys, but it wasn't I don't get in the car and go, this is what I'm going to listen to.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I just feel so bad for the family. I don't know how many kids. Rick, how many kids did Michael Jamal Warner have? I think he was only 52.
I didn't see. I guess I just saw so much news about Ozzy. I didn't see anything about him.
Yeah, what a shame. I think he was only like 52, right?
I think 54. He's got one daughter.
54. Yeah.
That's so sad.
54. Yeah.
He was always a very fit guy, I felt like.
Yeah.
No, Rick must be looking at a more recent picture of him than how we remember him as. But yeah.
It's just sad, man. But I thought today, it's every episode lately has been kind of gloomy, with the floods going on and,
yes.
and very, very heavy ditty, as you would say. So I wanted to talk about some lighter stuff.
Some lighter stuff?
Yeah.
Some lighter stuff?
Just have some fun, So
Yeah.
I was gonna let Rick ask those questions that he likes to ask.
Uh-huh.
And we'll have a little fun with it. So Rick has his list of let's ask the Treviños.
Okay.
Let's ask the Treviños. We should have an intro song for it. Let's ask the Treviños. Let's ask the
I always get a little
Treviños.
nervous with these questions because I'm like, what kind of mood is Steven? What kind of mood am I in? Where might this question send us?
And now, another episode of Let's Ask the Treviños. Like a shitty morning radio show. Hey, good morning. Let's have another episode of Ask the Treviños.
You're really good at the morning radio voice.
Well, I call it the stripper voice, the strip club DJ voice.
Oh.
Well, that's right. Come to the main stage. Give it up for Candy. Getting crazy for you. Remember, guys, we got some $15 kamikazes out there. Let's get crazy. Put a tip on that hip and let's go.
Do they really talk like that? Put a tip on that hip.
Yep.
Okay.
Put a tip on that sexy hip. Remember, guys, it's a touch and go policy. You touch and you go. Let's go. Here's Pantera. That's my strip club DJ. Was that pretty good, Rick?
That's not bad.
That's pretty good. If all this goes to shit, I could be a strip club DJ. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Put a tip on that sexy hip. Let's go. Okay, guys, we got a little drink special out there. We're going to go ahead and do $2 kamikazes for the next 30 seconds. Okay, time's up. Back to $15. Let's go.
Have you done a lot of research? Is that why you're so good?
In my younger days, yes. I'm not proud of it, but yes. Okay, Rick, you ready? I tried to buy you some time.
Yeah, so, all right, here's something you actually have to probably think about, because I think the answer is going to seem obvious to everyone, but here it is. Who's the bigger spender?
Who's the bigger spender? I can answer that. We are equal spenders.
Are we?
Yes. The difference is I spend things big, and then I don't spend it all. And then Renae is a constant spender.
Yes.
But she's always looking for deals. I will say that she is more When it comes to day-to-day things, she is more conscious about trying to find the deal, trying to save that extra dollar.
Well, I'm the one
because she's a consistent spender.
I'm the one buying the groceries every week. I'm the one who does like the school supply shopping and the
No,
kids'
but we're talking about like for
the
yourself.
things that they need.
For yourself.
For myself?
And women just take more maintenance. They take more day-to-day, the makeup, the lotions, the creams, the hair appointments, the skin appointments, the nail appointments. I mean, all those things. So but
I'm actually really curious. Like, I would like to analyze like maybe a 3 month, a quarter, and see.
I'm the
Now
kind
I'm
of guy
curious.
that comes home and goes, I just bought a house. And she's like, what the fuck did you do that for?
Yeah.
You know, or, hey, I found this classic truck. I wanted it. I bought it. So I think I would say that we are equal spenders when it comes to like items we don't need. Let's just talk about items we don't need. We are equal spenders.
Yeah, but no, then the thing you'll do that makes me crazy is like, here I'm like, oh, I'm not going to spend a lot of money on little tchotchkes or something like that. And then you'll be like, here, Delilah, here's a 6-foot unicorn we're going to buy at the airport. So it costs $300. Let's get that. Like, your purchases are crazy.
I have no problem spending on experiences. I don't have a problem spending on dinners. I don't have a problem for me, a dinner, I don't care what it costs. Let's sit down. Let's have a nice bottle of wine. Let's eat a nice steak. I don't care. Renee's more like, did you see how much that steak was? You know? But consistently every day, packages that come to the house are Captain Evils.
That's not true. I will announce something will come to the house because all the Amazon packages always have my name on it. It's a default setting, but I'll open up something. I'll be like, Tim, I did not order this fly zapper gun thing, whatever this is. This was not me.
Fun. But okay, let's ask the audience. Have you ever seen Renae, Captain Evil, repeat an outfit on this podcast?
I have once or twice or 3 times, a handful of times.
And how many times have I worn this tank top in the past 4 or 5 years on this episode, on this podcast? So Rick, I would say we're equal spenders, and I think I know you and Gigi pretty well. I think you guys kind of fall in the same category as me and Renae, where you have you'll buy the bigger things or fun things, and not spend daily. But Gigi's probably the daily spender.
Yes, that's correct. However, 2 things I want to bring up. One is you brought up that you spent on experiences. Do you have this thing where like you'll spend $150 on dinner, 0 problems, but then can't pull the trigger on a $150 drill because you're like, do I need it?
100%. But I'm like that with tennis shoes, and I know that we're different in that aspect. Like I look at shoes now. Like I was at Dick's and we had to get Garrett some baseball stuff. And I see these like shoes and I go, oh, those totally my style. They're very nice. Let me go check them out. $149. And I couldn't do it, Rick. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that.
So then it comes down to, because Renae, you said spending on like school supplies and stuff. Let's say you both went out to go get a pair of shoes for the kids. Who's spending more?
Steve.
Because I don't want to think about it. And I don't want to fucking shop around. And I'm like, these are great. Let's go. Put them on your feet. Do they fit? Badass. Let's go.
But I also think you don't even know, like on the day-to-day items like that, I also think you don't even know like what is a good price versus when you're overpaying. You just assume like, oh, that's what that costs now because you don't typically purchase that stuff. Whereas like, I know I'm not going to pay that much for that shoe. I know I can get it on sale here, or I know this is what it's really going to end up being. But
sometimes Renee's logic doesn't make sense because she's like, oh, well, I went to 5 different stores to save $30. And I'm like, well, how much of that was on gas?
I have an electric car.
How much time of your life did you lose driving around trying to find that shoe? I would say that your time is worth money and gas is money.
Yeah.
And
it's like pulls the trigger and
it's like, I don't fucking have time to waste time like that. You know, however, all the things I buy are appreciating assets. All of them. Houses, classic cars, that's appreciating. Everything Renae buys is depreciating.
Shut your mouth.
Everything. But I will say, like if I were to write bits for Captain Evil, like if Captain Evil were to do stand up, like
I'm curious.
No, Renae would be like, you know how these husbands are, you know, always. Oh, you know, they always buy stuff, and what do we got to do, ladies? Fucking return them. Like everything I buy, Renee's like, yeah, just put it over there. I'll Steve, that doesn't even fit him.
He does. He took Garrett to buy like shirts and Crocs, and half the shirts they came back with were too small. The Crocs, he had outgrown his old Crocs. She bought him new Crocs. The new Crocs were the exact same size or a size smaller than the ones
they were not the same size. They were a size up, but he has grown. And Renae also, like, she wants my kid looking like fucking Fievel from American Tail. Like, just, oh, he'll grow into it. He'll grow into it. And I'm like, dude, like, buy him shit that he wears that fits. Like, he's gonna grow out of all that shit anyway. Like, but Renee's got him looking like a gangsta. Like, his fucking jeans are huge and his shirt's huge. Well, he's gonna grow into it. And I'm like, oh my fucking God.
No, I do not.
But Renae is smart too. Like Renae will do, you know, after Easter, you know, she'll go in and buy a bunch of shit for next year because she'll know she needs it. Or, you know, after winter, she'll buy two big coats that she knows the kids are going to grow into.
It's in bigger sizes.
So I will say that Renae is the more conscious spender on the day-to-day things, but it's also because she buys more day-to-day things. Does that make sense?
It does. And Renae, so Steve's kind of a whiskey guy. Do you have a drink?
I like tequila, but no, I don't. I'll do tequila. I do vodka. I like a Cosmo if I'm having a cocktail or an espresso martini.
Well, for a while, I knew her order. For a while, it was a vodka, soda, splash of cranberry.
Yeah.
For a while.
That was when I used to drink more because I would just, you know, all night long, I would just kind of keep reordering that same drink. And now I don't drink.
And then she was kind of into ranch waters for a little while, and then she will drink wine with me.
Yeah.
You know, at dinner or whatever, or hanging out.
But now I'm just like a two cocktail kind of girl, 1 or 2 cocktail.
Yeah. So yeah, she really doesn't have a drink. I whiskeys, you know that, Rick, scotches. I mean, I have no problem spending money on that because that's also appreciating.
Not if you're drinking it and peeing it out.
But still, you put it in your collection and it's growing in value. Correct, Rick?
Well, I appreciate it when you give me whiskey, so.
Dude,
that was a stretch.
I hope I don't hurt Bucana's feelings. You've always been a big advocate of them. And that one that you bought me, and man, I enjoyed it so much. What was it?
The Balcones Nache or Noche or something like that.
God, dude, it was so good. I ended up drinking the whole damn bottle.
Yeah,
it was so good. And then I'm trying to find it again. And I was at a liquor store 2 days ago because we needed prizes for our charity. And man, I was looking for it and they didn't have it. But God, it was delicious.
You can only get it at the distillery.
Oh, well, thanks for telling me, dickhead.
Oh, there you go.
I'm at every liquor store in town trying to get it. But yes.
Driving around, wasting gas and time, looking for a bottle of whiskey.
There it is.
No, if I go into a liquor store,
Thanks for setting me up, Rick.
and I guarantee you Rick's the same way, I always want to see what specialty whiskeys they have. If I happen to be in the liquor store,
yeah,
I will. Right, Rick? You got to poke around and see maybe they got a little something there that they don't know they have. You know, that liquor store in Kentucky, we're driving through Kentucky. It was a mom and pop liquor store, and I am not kidding you. They had I bought 8 bottles of Blanton's for $70 or $59. They had dust on them. Most liquor stores are like limit to, that's it, right? This place was like, yeah, you want them? Nobody wants them here. Take them. And I literally bought them all because normally they're $150 a bottle.
Yeah.
And you can't find them. And it's limit to.
Yeah.
He's like, take them. You want them? They're growing dust up there. I'm like, all right, fucking took them. So I like to find finds like that.
Yeah.
You know? Next question.
We know a lot about the Bell palsy story with Renee's father, but I don't know the story of how you guys got engaged.
We get that question from time to time. Renae is a very confusing human being to live with. And
It's going to be a really sweet romantic story. Can you tell?
I wanted to marry her, and I wanted kids. And Renae did not want to marry me, and Renae did not want kids. And I mean, she's living with me, and I'm like, hey, are we getting married? I don't want to get married. I don't think I want to get married. I'm like, well, bitch, you're living here.
I said, I don't know if I'm ready to get married yet. And I said, I'm not ready to have kids yet.
And then all of a sudden, the script changed. And she's like, why haven't you married me? And you need to marry me. And we've been living together forever. And you haven't even proposed. And I'm like, it's the most confusing shit ever.
But the first one was like 3 or 4 years in. And I was young when we started dating. I was 19 when we started dating. So yeah, 19, 20, 21, 22, 20. At 22, 23, I wasn't sure if I was ready to get married and have kids yet.
And then so then it was.
We're 7 years in and it was different. Then I was like, okay, now what are we doing?
So it's confusing living with this woman. And then all of a sudden she's like, are you going to marry me? And you haven't even proposed. And I'm so embarrassed when we go home because we're living in sin. We're living in sin. And you haven't even asked my parents.
I remember what it was. We would get wedding invitations from people you had known for forever. And it would say Steve and guest on the invitation. Mr. Trevino and guest. And I was like, we have been together longer than this couple getting married. And we are still Steve and guest.
But I wanted to marry you earlier. So and then now she's mad at me? So, and again, me and my in-laws, we have a wonderful relationship. I love them. They love me. You know, I've had a lot of hard times in my life. I had a lot of people who did not believe in me, who looked down on me, who didn't like me, and it hurt. You know, I mean, I had family members that would tell their kids, like, you are not hanging out with Steve. Like, you know,
because you were at the strip club practicing your strip club voice. That's why.
You know, but I was never a bad person, and I was always kind-hearted, and I was always ready to defend any of my family members.
Yeah.
You know. So Renae tells me,
oh my goodness, I don't think I have any water either for you.
Renae tells me I am not going home to another Christmas without a ring on my finger. If that happens, I'm leaving you.
But I told you this in like the summer. It was summertime when I told you this. I said, you have till the end of the year to figure it out.
And then this is how Captain Evil she is. These are the wedding rings I like. This is the ones, and she was printing them out. Find a wedding ring like this. Like, I wasn't even allowed. That should have been a red fucking flag. I wasn't even allowed to, from my heart, find a ring that I would like to give to my wife. She literally was like, this one. Get one like this.
We're talking to a man who wears a tank top every day.
Get one like this.
Style is not necessarily your forte. We've discussed this.
I get home and I want to do things right, you know. Which, by the way, when Renae moved in with me, I did call her dad. And I did tell her dad that Renae is going to be moving in with me and that I love her. And that I don't need any help from him, and that I will take full responsibility moving forward.
Yeah.
I did tell him that.
You did. Yeah.
And he would send checks, and I would take those checks back to him. He would offer things when we went home, and I would refuse them. I was going to be on my own 2 feet. I was going to handle this myself, because at the end of the day, I don't want anybody being able to tell me how to manage my life.
I mean, the truth was, even though we weren't married at that point, we were a married couple.
So another heartbreak in my life was, we were 7 years in. I finally have the ring. We go home for Christmas, and I go to her dad and I say, Mr. Raymond, I plan on marrying your daughter. I would like to ask your permission. And he goes, well, you're a hard worker. Better go tell Mary. Like, not, oh my God, we've been waiting for this. Oh my God, you're, my son. Oh my God, we're so happy. Like, well, you're a hard worker. So then he goes, go tell Mary. So I walk in, and by the way, I'm so.
Where was I?
I don't know, but it's so deflating, right?
Yeah.
I could feel the hatred.
Oh.
I could feel the disappointment. right?
I was gonna say, I don't know if hatred is the right adjective.
You feel the disappointment. Like you feel like, okay, I've been with this girl for this long. I've taken care of her. And even now, they're still like, well, you're a hard worker. So then I go in to talk to Mary, and I sit there and I go, Mary, and I'll never forget it. So nobody can ever tell me different. Nobody can say, that's not how it happened. No, it's ingrained. So I go in and I go, Raymond goes, Steve has something to tell you. And I pull out the ring and I show it to your mom and I say, well, I plan on asking Renae to marry me. And she goes, the first word she said, well, not right away. Living together 7 years, dude. Not right away. That was it.
No,
I'm just sitting there like, wow, okay, well, I feel real fucking welcome. I feel like people are excited about this.
I always say that, but you have to understand at that point in our relationship, like, I'm sorry, that's not the response that anybody wants. But especially when they've like gone through the trouble to ask, because some people just don't even bother to ask, right? To speak to the parents about it. But they didn't spend time with us as a couple at that point. You and I were living in LA.
Doesn't matter.
All they know about our relationship really are the jokes you say on stage.
Oh, stop
which is
defending.
Really, no, I'm not.
This is the story of my life. Stop
interesting.
defending. Take your husband's side. You are now a Trevino.
I do. I just said I'm sorry. That's not the response anybody wants.
That's why I love the line from Coal Miner's Daughter. The line from Coal Miner's Daughter when he looks at Loretta Lynn and he says, "You're gonna have to make a decision. Are you your parents' daughter?
Yeah.
Or are you my wife? That's the decision you have to make." So now, Rick, I don't
know if he's a good example because wasn't he also a honky tonker?
He's a honky tonker. That dude, Little Lynn, he's a honky tonker.
That's a good example.
No, but I love that. Are you my wife? Are you your parents? Right?
Yeah.
Like whose team are you going to be on? You now have your own family. You have your own new thing. And we went through a lot of struggles, and thank God that we have now come to the other side where I have a beautiful relationship with my in-laws.
Yeah.
Right. And to be honest with you, I think they love me more than you at this point.
It's possible.
But so now I have this ring in my pocket, Rick, and it is fucking and people do not realize, like, I'm a public speaker. I am one of the most confident humans you'll ever meet. Like I have zero fear of confrontation. I have zero fear. I don't give a fuck how big you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. I have no problem talking to you. It doesn't scare me. This was the most nerve-wracking shit. It was like, okay, I have to propose. And my family, several of my first cousins would propose at our Christmas party. We had a big Christmas Eve party, and several people would propose at that Christmas party. When my Uncle Chris proposed to my aunt, it was at Christmas.
I guess I didn't realize that.
And well, you weren't in
I'd never been,
you weren't there yet.
For those.
But what he did, which I thought was hilarious, he goes, here's your gift, Blanca, right? And she opens it up, and it was a tackle box. Because they had been going fishing together. And she just looks at him. And Blanca, she was a freaking firecracker, Tia Blanca. And she was like, really, Chris? Really? A damn tackle box? And he goes, open it. There's some good lures in there. That fucking tackle, she's opening it up. And in the tackle box was the ring, right? But several of my relatives and cousins, that was, because you wanted to celebrate with the family. Everybody was there, right? And she goes, and I remember I have the ring in my pocket. She goes, it would be so fucking cheesy if you proposed to me at Christmas Eve. And I'm like, fuck.
I don't know that that's what I said or how I said it.
Yes. That's how you said it. So now I'm like, well, there goes that idea. So then it's December. We're several weeks away from Christmas Eve. Her grandmother is very, very ill. And I think, okay, well, maybe I'll propose in front of her grandmother. Well, while we're there, something happens medically, and we get rushed out of the room, and I can't do it. So I'm like, okay, so there goes that idea. So then I'm like, well, you know what? Why don't I? And it's just me, Renae, and our dog. I went to Renae and I said, hey, why don't we go rent a house on the beach just for a couple of days, just me and you? And then Renae was like, we don't have money for that. Why would we do that? You're so stupid. That's so dumb. What a bad idea. We already have a place to stay. Why would we go do that? My God. What are you thinking? I'm like, okay, well, fuck. There goes that idea. So then like another day goes by. We walk in my mom's house and she's bitching about something. She's just being her. And then she walks in the living room.
And you still have a ring in your pocket and you still want to marry me.
And she's just fucking bitching at me about something. And finally I go, you know what? Fine. Do you want to marry me or not? And I pulled out the ring. And then we had a great moment in front of the Christmas tree at my mom's house. And then my mom was the only one that was there. Uh-huh. So then my mom steals the thunder and she's like, Mijo! And Renee's kind of stuck in the corner. And mom's like crying and freaking out. And Renee's like, I don't know if I want to do this.
I did not say that.
But then, Renae did not want kids. And I gave her the ultimatum. Mm-hmm. And I told her, I'm like, listen, I want to be a dad very bad. You refuse to give me a child. I have to have a kid this year or I need to move on.
I didn't refuse to give you a child. I never said I don't want kids. I just said I don't think I'm ready. I just kept saying I don't think I'm ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. And you were like, January 1st, no birth control. You are going to be ready.
Well, I told her,
ready as you're going to be.
I said, look, I'm getting older. I desperately want to be a dad. And if you're not going to give me a child, I then have to move on. And I think she believed me. And that's how it went down. Very romantic.
No, it's not that I thought you were going to leave me. I just loved you enough and I knew it was really important to you. And I thought, well, at least one of us feels really, really ready. And I knew you would be a great dad.
I think I'm doing pretty good.
I knew you would be a great dad. And I knew I didn't want to do it with like, if I was going to do it, I didn't want to do it with anybody else. It was going to be with you.
But you see and it cracks me up because I have never hidden who I am. And I think a lot of people, they like to hide who they are, who they truly are.
Yeah.
And because I do not hide who I am and I show everybody who I am, it's like I used to laugh, in high school. I didn't care. I would drink in front of parents or whatever because my dad allowed me to. And I never, ever got an MIP. I never got a DUI. My dad was like, don't get in trouble, dummy. Be smart,
Yeah.
And then I would hear these parents go, oh, that Trevino kid, he drinks. And I'm like, I know your kid. Your kid's fucking doing drugs. Your kid gets annihilated, wasted.
Yeah.
Oh, my kid doesn't drink. And that Trevino kid, I just never hid who I am. And I've always lived my life open. And I've always been like, look, this is who the fuck I am. Either you like me or don't. But I'm always going to do the right thing. I'm going to be outspoken. I'm going to work my ass off, right? Yeah. And I'm going to be who the fuck I am. And I'm not going to pretend to be anything else. And they always say like people that cuss the most, are usually the most honest. Like people that use curse words are usually the most trustworthy.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Because they're real.
Yeah.
How many?
I was like, I don't know. In my head, I'm like, how does curse words correlate with the other? Like,
because they don't filter themselves.
Yeah.
They're honest. They're very real. And I have found, some of the nicest people are usually the scariest looking people.
Yeah.
I guarantee you right now that if you have an issue on the side of the road, that guy that you're afraid of on the Harley Davidson, he's the one that's going to help you.
Yeah.
That guy with tattoos all over and the scruffy beard, that's the guy that's going to help you. My road manager, Kyle White, if you saw Kyle, you'd go, oh my God, who's that guy? And Kyle's got this big old beard and this fucking long hair. And, he dresses very redneck. And if you saw that guy, you'd go, oh my God, stay away from him. But I assure you, that guy right there is the guy that's going to help you. Yeah. That guy right there is the guy that's going to go out of his way. That guy, right? I mean, have you noticed that, Rick, at all?
Oh yeah. It is. It's the whole don't judge a book by its cover, but it's hard not to.
Oh, 100% it's hard not to, but you'd be surprised. And because I've met so many people in my life, right? Mm-hmm. The people that hide behind God, they're usually the worst human beings.
Yeah.
And the people that are out there having a drink, having a good time, tattooed, big beard, they're the ones that are the most kind and the most godlike.
Yeah.
You know, every time you see these people posting like Shrek, that fucking evil bitch, she's always posting fucking Bible verses. And it's like you're so far from the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, wouldn't you agree with that, Rick? That you see that a lot with the religious people. It's like you're the worst.
Anytime someone's such an advocate for something, I always think they have skeletons.
Oh yeah, something's up. Yep, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, next question.
Well, let me step back to that engagement question and pull the producing curtain back. I was like, hey, you guys had a hard day with the kids this morning. Let's ask a light question about engagement. So sorry about that, I guess.
Nothing's been easy in our life. I'm gonna tell you that for me at least. Nothing's been easy.
All right, here's some you can answer for each other, and they're kind of quick questions. So Renae, what's Steve's favorite band or musician? And then Steve, what's Renae's?
Oh, Steve's Texas Country. Steve loves
Red
country.
Dirt, yep.
Yeah.
It's hard because it changes, but you know, who would you say is like my absolute favorite? You got to know this. I've said it a million times on
George Strait.
George Strait, yeah. And wow, Renae, you know, musician wise, that's a tough one.
Only because whenever we're together in the car, we're always listening to your song choices. You'll be like, get this shit off.
Well, no, but Renae, God, that's a tough one because I know she likes Hey There, Delilah.
Yes, of course.
She loves that song, but I wouldn't say that the Plain White Tees are her favorite.
No.
What does she get jiggy with it? She likes In Sync. No, or what's the?
No. If we're seeing live, you know this. Whenever we go to New York, you take me to that little jazz bar. I love live jazz, like just sitting in a room and listening to.
But she really wanted to see Tom Petty, so I would say Tom Petty.
I do like Tom Petty. Yeah. But then that sort of genre, Bob Schneider. When you're not home and I'm cooking,
Bob Schneider radio is
I do
her,
Bob Schneider radio is my go-to, or Nora Jones radio.
Yeah. So she and I did not know who Nora Jones was, and I still if you were to ask me like what are 3 of her songs, I couldn't tell you. However, I sat down and played video games with her for an hour, and walked into my apartment when I was living with my roommate Brandon Rogers, who was backup singer for Christina Aguilera at the time. And I sit down and there's a girl in our house, and she's like, "Hey, just waiting for Brandon." And she was playing my Xbox, and I sat down and played Xbox with her. And then Brandon showed up and they left. And Brandon came back and he goes, "Man, how cool was that? You got to play video games with one of the top artists in the world." And I was like, "That girl?" And he was like, "That was Nora Jones." And I had no fucking idea. So I got to play. But I will tell you this before you ask, Renae's favorite movie is A League of Their Own.
It is one of my favorite movies. Yep. Yes. Yeah.
Yep. Next question, Rick.
Well, the next question was movies. So
mine is A League of Their Own, and yours is you have several, but yours typically all revolve around Kevin Costner or sports. So For the Love of the Game
is one of my
definitely
favorites,
one of them. But lately you've been like, do you know Secondhand Lions? You've been about Secondhand Lions.
I've been watching that. That's a good one. And then
and The Notebook. Steve Trevino can watch The Notebook over and over again.
I love The Notebook.
And Dirty Dancing.
It's great. I like storytelling. I do like Dirty Dancing as well. It's a great movie. I like Princess Bride. That's one of my favorite movies. If it's on, I'm watching it. Tombstone, another one of my all-time favorites. My favorite comedy is probably Three Amigos.
Yep, that's
one of my favorite comedies of all time is Three Amigos. But another one of my favorite movies that a lot of people do not know is Michael. With
a lot of people don't know that movie.
They don't know that movie.
When you bring it up, because we live here in New Braunfels and it filmed at Green Hall, you'll be like, Michael was filmed there, and a lot of people don't know that movie. Yeah,
and I think the reason I like it is exactly what we were talking about before. is that I've always believed that to be godly is to not, you don't have to be perfect to be godly.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect to love God and to walk in his footsteps, right? And the movie Michael shows this archangel who is not perfect, right? And I think that is why I gravitate to that movie, is because here's this guy who became an angel, but he's rough around the edges.
We should rewatch
right?
it. Is it appropriate to watch with the kids?
No, not with the kids.
Because
But
like drinks and bars.
But that's I don't believe that God looks at the perfect person and invites them into heaven. I think God looks at people who are honest and real and try to be the best they can be, which I try to do. But I have my flaws, and I do fuck up, and I do get rowdy, and I do like to gamble, and I do like to drink. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna help others, right? So that's why Michael, to me, is so appealing. That movie is because here's this archangel who is an angel, and they're all going, "He's an angel, really?"
Yeah.
You know. But hey, guess what? The imperfect get to be angels too.
Yeah.
You know. So that's why I like it. Next question, Rick.
All right, for each other, is there a favorite food or type of food or even / restaurant?
Ooh. I am I love.
I know yours.
Okay, what's mine?
Yours too. It's either steak and crab, but you also love the seafood in a bag where they just season it and
the
throw
boils.
it all on the table.
I love a good
If there's
boil.
a boil, Steve wants to go there.
Now, we might go do today. They have one in San Marcos.
You know what? Actually, we drove by it the other day, and I was like, you know what? We haven't had that in a long time. It sounds good. I would totally do that with you today.
And Renee's favorite meal is dick.
Oh my gosh. On a small platter.
I literally almost did a spit take.
No. Renee likes a good salad. If you could find Reneé a good salad,
a chopped salad.
Yep,
Yes.
she's all about a very good salad.
But also if there's sea bass on the menu and
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
be like, you want to share a steak? I'm like, nope, I want the sea bass.
She'll do the sea bass. Papa Do's has a wonderful, amazing sea bass. But yes, Renee, and I mean, if it's, I was laughing because, God, where were we? And we got Garrett a steak, or we did a steak, and it was kind of like a mid-level chain restaurant.
It was the kid's steak. Like,
and Garrett's like, I gotta tell you, Dad, not a good steak. And I'm like, dude, fuck off. Like, he's so used to eating like badass steaks, at amazing steakhouses.
you'll order for you and then just share with him. So he's having this amazing steak and crab.
Okay, next question.
All right. Have you, and this kind of goes for both of you, especially Reneé with all the social media stuff you do, but also standing up in front of people and giving speeches and things. Have you ever legitimately thought you may be canceled?
Me be canceled?
Either of you.
That's
Maybe you said something on stage, Reneé, that you're like, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have said that, or...
No, I think
And then Steve.
I put a little more thought into it before I get up there and speak because I don't do it as much as Steve. So I'm not worried about being canceled.
I will, if I'm being completely honest, and I will be. I have been drunk and have said some things that I probably shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
And back in 10 years ago, when cancel culture was so serious, where just an allegation could get you canceled.
Yeah.
Right? Where somebody could come out and say that guy was a scumbag. And that guy, said
Did this years and years
this
and
years
years
and years
ago. I
ago.
mean, they were digging up stuff from years ago.
There was a time where I was afraid that somebody might come out and go, Steve was fucking inappropriate, or Steve said this, And now I don't care. I mean, now I'm like, look, fuck off. The only people that can cancel me are my fans, and they know who I am. They've been around me enough for this many years to know that I'm not that guy.
Yeah, I wasn't worried about me, but I was worried about you being canceled. And I was like, what did you do? What did you do before I knew you?
Well, there was that too,
Or
right?
not
I
knew
mean,
you, but before I started dating
things
you.
before we started dating. I mean, I was a little concerned that, because a lot of my friends, I will tell you that I have a friend that I don't like. I consider him a friend because we were in the trenches together, because we spent a lot of time together, but I didn't like him. And one of the reasons I didn't like him is because he was an arrogant prick. And but I still considered him a friend.
Yeah.
You know, if I saw him, we'd say hi, and you know, it's hard to explain. He ended up getting canceled, and I watched our allegations came out towards him, and I watched all the Hollywood comedians that were all his fucking best friends literally turn their back on him and run away.
Yeah.
And I immediately thought to myself, no, these are allegations. I'll turn my back when it comes out in court to be proven. And his agency dropped him. His friends fucking turned their back. And I called him.
Yeah.
I called him. A guy I didn't like, I called him and said, hey, man, just so you know, I got your back. Until you're proven guilty, I'm going to believe you. And it turned out that all the allegations got dropped. It turned out that he had receipts. And this poor bastard, who I don't like, almost got canceled. He's making a comeback now. But, you know, it was scary to see that. It was scary to see how flaky these comedians were. Yeah. How flaky his friends were. Friends. They were all buddies. They were all on each other's.
Like you said, you're watching people get dropped by their agencies, you know?
I mean, I'm watching this guy. He's on every podcast. He's hanging out with all the cool kids. He is one of the cool kids.
Yeah.
The allegations come out and literally fucking iced him.
Yeah.
So I you know, you look at Louis C.K., you know, it's like Louis C.K. is guilty of being a scumbag. He is a scumbag.
Yeah.
That's what he's guilty of. And he got canceled for being a scumbag. And it's like, God dang, dude. I mean, it was scary, Rick. You know that. I mean, and I think, thank God for like Dave Chappelle. Thank God for Tracy Morgan and these guys and Cat Williams that go, no, I'm not apologizing. I'm not. But at the same time, too, you got guys that fucked up, were on the verge of being canceled, fessed up to it, and we forgave them.
Yeah.
So I think there's also but I also think there's there's a woke mob out there that got their rocks off on, ooh, I'm looking for something, right? I want to cancel this person.
Yeah.
Give us a reason. And I think that we're getting away from that.
I was going to say, I feel like we're coming to the other side of it, and it really is interesting to like look back on it and see what happened. And there were so many cases and instances. And I mean, something had to change, but also, I don't know. It's so weird. I'm curious to see how people will talk about it in a couple of years from now.
And I don't think Renee's ever had the worry of being canceled, right? You've never felt like, oh my God.
No. I mean, no, I'm such a, like I said, when I speak or something, it's thought out. It's not really off the cuff for me. I'm not an off the cuff kind of person the way you are.
Our first date was at my cousin's wedding, and all us groomsmen, we pulled our ball sacks out of our pants and took a picture with the bride. You know, I mean, something as simple as that, somebody could pull out and be like, look at Trevino pulling out his balls all the time. And I'm like, well, it was hilarious.
And okay? I was the one who took the picture.
And Renee's the one that took the picture. So,
yeah.
I have to go to a meeting, guys.
Yeah, no worries. We got to wrap it up anyway.
It's about that time.
We're right there. And Rick, golly, man, we missed you, obviously. And thank you for always finding time for us. And thank you guys. This episode was pre-recorded because we are in Boots on the Beach with Casey Donahue in Cabo. So
then thank you guys for sticking with us as we travel. It's been a
give them the sponsors,
summer.
honey.
Our sponsors, Old Salt Coffee. We
Delicious.
love our Old Salt Coffee.
Code Trevino
10. Trevino 10 for the discount, Old Salt Coffee. Pick Cherries. If you haven't downloaded the app, why not? Download the app, Pick Cherries, and start listening to podcasts, clipping them out and sharing them with your friends.
Coastal Bend Auto Group. They're gonna match your deal, and they're gonna deliver your car. Any domestic vehicle that you want, they have it. Aztec Chevrolet in Beeville, Texas. Uvalde Chevrolet in Uvalde. We have Ford. We have Dodge. We have Ram. We have it. So give us an opportunity over there at Coastal Bend Auto Group. Also, August 18th in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'm sorry, August 30th, 29th. I will be raising money for Driscoll Children's Hospital and a Ronald McDonald House.
Celebrity softball tournament. It's going to be a fun one.
August 18th, we're doing a big benefit show for the flood victims with a lot of great people right there.
Los Lonely Boys, Why I Love It, Gabriel Iglesias, Bree Bagwell.
Yep. And then September 8th, I will be with Josh Abbott and friends at the Moody Center, also raising money for our flood victims. Rick, we love you. Thank you so much. We love all of you. We love all of you. And thank you for letting us be real. Thank you for letting us be honest. We are amazing actors. Amazing actors. We'll see you next time.